guys, so this just came in today, and it is a Proxy order from a new site that I wanted to try out. So this box came from Japonica, and I've heard a lot of good things about this Proxy service. So I know Shal360 did a video and reported a very positive experience, and I've also heard some other people with very positive feedback. So I decided to try them out since I wasn't really happy with this other proxy site I was using for shopping on some of these Japanese flea market sites that allow you to buy things from Mercari and some other shops. So overall, the buying experience from Japonica was pretty simple, but their interface is a little odd since they don't really have you make an account on their website. Instead, they have you place an order using your PayPal email address, and that way they'll communicate with you directly through email and give you a breakdown of all the fees and give you a PayPal invoice directly from there. And so I only have a few things in this box, mostly a small photo book, photo cards, and a fan site slogan. So this box is really light. Looking at the customs form, it looks like this weighs less than a kilogram. So I'll go into more detail about the buying process of Japonica and some tips that I think may be useful after I show you what I ended up buying. So this box is super light, and it's not humongous like a lot of my other proxy orders because I wanted to test them out and see how they work. And I'm glad I didn't go overboard since there are some things you need to pay attention when you use Japonica, which I'll explain later. But I got this through EMS shipping, so it didn't take very long to get to me. And this is what the contents look like. So if they use bubble wrap like this to package things up. So I'm going to start off with the smaller things, since two of these photo cards is the main reason why I placed this order when I did. So this first one is this 6 Nights Magic Trump card. So this is the trading card that was thrown out into the crowd during their 6 Nights concert they had last year. When they played the song Magic, and these cards are really hard to find, especially for good prices. So I was able to get Chansung's as well as Nikun's trump card. So these are something I've really wanted, and I would love to get a full set, but a lot of times it's hard to find these cards for under like $100. So I've been very patiently waiting for better prices to come up for these, and thankfully I was able to get these two for good prices. Now this thing is something you could get at Junho's second solo tour feel, and these are his bromides. So this was before he did, or I guess 2 PM really, had all these random trading cards you could get at all their concerts. So this has some ribbon for You Feel My Love, and all the bromides, or rather these are just photos from that tour. So I've been looking for this because I don't have anything for his field tour really to put in my binder. So I'm glad I finally found that with all the cards available, because I've seen a few that were sold off individually, but I've wanted the full set. Then the next thing is a fan site photo book. So if you caught my last Zen Market haul, I actually got the larger photo book from this June K fan site, but this is the companion photo book. And so these, this contains, I think, airport photos. So decided to get this so that that package or photo book is complete, and it didn't cost very much. This entire thing just cost 500 yen. So there's some airport shots here, and then some fan site goods that came with the entire set. So this has a mouse pad, some photos, a luggage tag, photo card, and one of those plug things. Oh, so this actually has a sticker here. And these are all the photos. So all 4 of these listings I bought all together in a single order, and this last thing here I placed after making that initial order. So Japonica lets you hold things at their location for 30 days. So I wanted to see how ordering multiple orders would work with their service. And what I ended up getting was this Junho fan site slogan. So it came with this fan, which you can see a little clearer there, as well as these 2 transparent photo cards, and then the slogan, which I don't know, many of you have tried finding slogans for older groups, especially for 2 p.m. It's really hard to find. You could see like on, there's a lot of group orders for these sort of things for younger groups. So I've been wanting to get one of my bias. So I decided to go for this, and I believe, so it looks like this was released last year for his last summer tour. So it's cute, and I'm glad I finally own one of these slogans now. So these are all the things that I ended up buying. So I'll go over briefly about the process of using Japonica, and I guess a little mini review of how I felt using them. So as I mentioned earlier, I placed my order with these 4 things initially, and then later added the slogan set to my order. And using their website was pretty easy. You just copy and paste the URL of item you want them to buy, and they'll give you a quote of how much the fee structure will work out. But the deposit they have you place on PayPal just amounts to how much the item costs. And so later they'll charge their commission fee, and then their international shipping fee. And I really like their fee structure a lot more than White Rabbit Express, which was the other proxy site I used to make purchases from Mercari before. So in the description, I think I will go into more details about how their fee structure works and their shipping structure works, since they don't make it super clear, I think, on their website. But mostly I was very happy with the fees that they did end up charging. However, I think when it comes to shipping options, it's much more limited than Zenmarket or some other proxy sites. So they only have 4 different shipping options, and they're very strict about the amount, about the cost of the goods that could go in those shipping options. So I had to end up either using SAL or EMS shipping because my order was over 6,000 yen in total. So you can only use the cheaper small packet options if your package is under 6,000 yen. So when I first placed my order and ordering a lot of these very light things, I figured I would probably go with a registered airmail or something like that, because I wasn't aware that there was a 6,000 yen limit to those, or cap. But they did tell me before placing the final order to make it 6,000 yen, that I would have to be bumped up to probably EMS or SAL shipping. So they do tell you, maybe depending on who's processing your order, that there are some restrictions with the shipping options. So just be aware of that, especially if you plan on buying a lot of photo cards all at once. You might have to be bumped up to a more expensive shipping option. And one of the nice things I found with Japonica is that they place your orders really fast. So with White Rabbit Express, sometimes they would take like 2 days or even more, depending on holidays and weekends in placing your order. But Japonica, they did it the day of when I made my order. So I was really happy, because before I've missed out on quite a few listings that I would have really liked to have using White Rabbit Express. So I was really pleased that Japonica was able to process things rather quickly. And they do keep in touch with you about your order process. So they'll send you an updated email after placing bids or making purchases, or when your items would arrive to their warehouse and all that. So I was happy that they do keep you informed that way, even though they don't have a formal website with the details of all your order information. And so overall, I really was happy with this order, even though I kind of wish they had more economical shipping options, especially if you end up ordering really heavy things. So I don't really see myself making a ton of really heavy photo book or DVD purchases through them. I see Japonica as a good service for ordering a few things at a time. That could either be, I guess, a positive or a negative thing. The thing I really liked about White Rabbit Express in the past was that I could take up to usually like 3 months or whatnot to store a ton of things at their warehouse, and then use FedEx shipping, which is really cheap for heavy things, and save in that way. But with Japonica, I guess it's nice that there is a limit to weight, so it does make it so you don't go too crazy like I tend to do with these proxy sites, and be a bit more selective in things you want to buy. But their fee structure is really nice, as I mentioned earlier, and we'll have more details down in the description. But I think the best thing for them is just the speed at which they place your order and communicate back with you. So that was, I think, the thing that made me the most happy. So I do think I will make a formal switch now from White Rabbit Express to Japonica for buying things on Mercari and other flea market shopping sites. I just won't be making a ton of orders through them because you have to be very conscious about weight restrictions, as well as the price of goods cap. I don't know when I'll make my next order, but I'll probably test the waters with heavier things and see if I will have a similar positive experience or not, depending on how shipping fees go. But I will make a video when I decide to do that. So I hope this was useful. Let me know if you have any questions about Japonica or any other questions you may have regarding proxy site shopping.